In anatomy this week, we are going to do the digestive system, the food we should eat, our metabolism, how our body keeps our balance, and our lungs, and how we breathe, and how all of these systems work together to make our body a better place. As food passes through your body, it is broken down into pieces small enough to be dissolved in your blood. This process, called digestion, takes place in your digestive tract, a tube that runs from your mouth to a hole in your bottom called the anus. Food is broken down physically by chewing and churning, and chemically by the action of digestive juices made by organs called glands. There are stages of digestion. Stage 1. Food is chewed in the mouth and mixed with digestive juice called saliva, which is made in your salivary gland. Saliva moistens the food so it slides down your throat easily. It also starts to break down starch in the food into a sugar called maltose. Step 2. Your throat muscles guide the food through the pharynx into a passage called the gullet or esophagus. As you swallow, a flap called the epiglottis blocks off the top of your windpipe or trachea, so the food does not go down the wrong way. Step 3. Food travels down the gullet into your stomach. Muscles in the wall of the gullet contract to push the food along. This action, called peristalsis, takes place all along your digestive tract. Step 4. In your stomach, food is churned up with gastric juices. These start to digest protein, and they also contain hydrochloric acid, which kills germs in the food. Your stomach lining has folds called ragae, which flatten as it fills. And then stage 5 is when the food moves. Then the food moves into a small tube called the small intestine. This has 3 sections: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. In the duodenum, digestive juices made by the liver and the pancreas break down fats, protein, and starch. Then stage 6. The small intestine, especially the ileum, is lined with tiny finger-like projections called villi, which increase its surface area. Each villus contains minute blood vessels which absorb the digested food and carry it to the liver. Minute blood vessels, just small, which absorb the digested food and carry it to the liver to further processing before it carries it around the body. Then stage 7, water and any food such as dietary fiber that cannot be digested move into the first part of the large intestine called the colon. There, water is absorbed into your bloodstream. The semi-solid waste matter, called feces, in stage 8, then passes into the second part of the large intestine called the rectum. It is pushed out through the anus when you go to the toilet. We also have digestive glands. Your digestive glands make fluids needed for digestion. Many digestive juices contain chemicals called digestive enzymes, which help to break down your food. Some digestive glands are tiny and set into the walls of digestive organs. For example, the wall of your stomach contains gastric glands. Other glands, such as your salivary glands, are separate organs. The largest digestive glands are the liver and the pancreas. Your liver makes a green liquid called bile. This acts like a detergent, breaking up fats into tiny drops so that enzymes can work on them. Bile is stored in a sac called the gallbladder. Your pancreas makes pancreatic juice. This contains enzymes which break down fats, protein, and starch. Your liver and pancreas also have other important jobs to do, for example, controlling the amount of glucose in your blood. Food and diet. The food and drink you take in are known as your diet. A healthy diet consists of a variety of foods because different foods contain different things that your body needs. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are vital for energy or growth. They are called nutrients. Vitamins, minerals, and water are accessory food. They help your body to work properly. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are energy-giving food. There are two types, sugars and starch. Sugars are sweet and dissolve in water. Foods such as fruit and chocolate contain sugars. Starch is not sweet and does not dissolve in water. Bread, pasta, potatoes, and rice are rich sources of starch. During digestion, carbohydrates are broken down into simple sugars such as glucose. Your body uses these as fuel to produce energy. Some glucose is converted into glycogen and stored in the liver. Any remaining glucose is turned into fat and then stored under the skin. Proteins. Proteins are used for the growth and repair of body tissue as well as other vital jobs. They are found in lean meat, fish, eggs, nuts, milk, and beans. Proteins are made up of simpler chemical units called amino acids. The type of protein depends on the order in which its amino acids are arranged. During digestion, proteins are broken down into individual amino acids. These are then rearranged to make different proteins needed by your body. We have hemoglobin, keratin, acetin, myosin, all proteins in your body. Fats. Fats are needed by your body for energy and warmth. Unused fats are stored in various areas of your body, such as under the skin. There are two types of fats, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated fats are found mostly in animal products such as butter, lard, and fatty meat. These foods also contain cholesterol, a fat-like substance. Unsaturated fats are found in non-animal products, such as vegetable oil and nuts. Vitamins are substances your body needs to remain healthy. They are found in a wide variety of foods. A balanced, healthy diet will give you all the vitamins it needs. Vitamins are organic chemicals, which means they contain carbon. Your body needs tiny amounts of about 15 different vitamins for essential chemical processes to take place. Dietary fiber, also known as roughage, is a type of carbohydrate found in bran, wholemeal bread, fruit, and vegetables. Fiber cannot be digested by humans. It is also bulky, which helps the muscles of your intestines to move food efficiently through your digestive system. Water is vital for life. Without it, you would only survive a few days. You need to take in water to replace what you lose, for example in urine and sweat. There is water in what you drink and also in some solid foods such as lettuce, which is 90% water. Minerals are another group of substances needed by your body. They are inorganic, which means they do not contain carbon. You need small amounts of about 20 different minerals in all. Trace minerals such as iron are minerals that are needed in extremely small quantities, and you can actually get poisoned if you have more. The respiratory system is made up of your lungs and your passages that lead to them. You breathe air into your lungs and oxygen from the air passes into your blood, which carries it around your body. Waste carbon dioxide passes from the blood into the lungs and is breathed out. When you breathe in, air is sucked through your nose or mouth and down a tube called the windpipe or trachea. The lining of your nose and trachea make a slippery liquid called mucus. This warms and moistens the air so that it can travel more easily along the passages. It also traps dirt and germs in the air. Tiny hairs called cilia waft the mucus away from your lungs toward your nose and throat. Your trachea divides into two tubes, each called a primary bronchus. One leads to each lung. There, the bronchus branch off to become secondary and tertiary bronchi and eventually form narrow tubes called bronchioles. Each bronchiole ends in a cluster of air sacs called alveoli. These are surrounded by capillaries. Oxygen passes through the thin walls of the alveoli into the network of capillaries. Carbon dioxide in the blood, produced by cells during internal respiration, passes into the alveoli. It is removed from your body when you breathe out. Breathing or ventilation is the movement of air in and out of the lungs. It is controlled by the movements of muscles in your chest called intercostal muscles and a flat sheet of muscle called the diaphragm, which lies underneath your lungs. Your voice box is called the larynx. It is at the top of your trachea. Inside are two bands of muscles called vocal cords. These open to let air pass when you breathe, but when you speak or sing, muscles pull the cords together. The air passes up through the cords and makes them vibrate. The vibrations can be heard as sounds. Okay, back to your breathing. As you breathe in, your diaphragm flattens and your intercostal muscles contract, pulling your ribs up and out. The space inside your chest increases and makes the pressure of air in your lungs lower than outside your body. Air rushes in to fill the space. This is called inhalation. As you breathe out, your diaphragm relaxes upwards and your intercostal muscles relax. So your ribs move down and in. The space inside your chest gets smaller again and the air is squeezed out. This is called exhalation. The normal rhythm of your breathing is sometimes interrupted. Sneezing clears irritating dust, pollen, or germs from your nose. Coughing helps to clear such particles from your windpipe. Yawning raises the level of oxygen in your blood and helps to rid your body of large amounts of carbon dioxide. Your body needs energy to keep alive and working. It releases energy from digested food in a series of chemical reactions. This process, called internal respiration, takes place in your cells, particularly in your muscles. All the processes in your body involved in producing energy, growth, and waste are called the metabolism. Aerobic respiration. Internal respiration, which uses oxygen, is called aerobic respiration. Food, usually in the form of glucose, is combined with oxygen breathed in from the air. The reaction releases energy, and its waste products are water and carbon dioxide. Chemicals called enzymes help to speed up the reaction. So, your food mixes with your oxygen, and together it gets energy, carbon dioxide, and water. What do you do with the energy? You use it. Your body absorbs the water, and the carbon dioxide you breathe out. Some of the energy is set free as heat in a process called thermogenesis. The rest is stored as a chemical called ATP, and when the energy is needed, ATP breaks down into ADP, releasing the stored energy. Then we have the metabolic rate. The overall rate at which your body converts food into energy is called your metabolic rate. It varies from person to person. People with a slow metabolic rate converts food into energy slowly. They may gain weight easily and appear to have a little energy. People with a fast metabolic rate often appear to have plenty of energy. They convert food to energy quickly, and little is stored as fat. The amount of energy that can be released from food is called the energy value. This is usually measured in kilojoules. Energy value is sometimes given in kilocalories, also known as calories. A kilojoule equals to 0.238 kilocalories. Most pre-packed foods have labels showing the energy value both in kilojoules and in calories. Regular exercise is an important part of keeping healthy. It helps to keep your body fit in 3 ways, improving your strength, stamina, and suppleness. Strength is the amount of force a muscle or group of muscles can produce. Stamina helps you to exercise for longer without becoming tired, and suppleness describes how flexible your body is. Different types of activities help to develop these aspects of fitness. When you exercise, your muscles need more oxygen to release energy by aerobic respiration. You start to breathe more quickly to take in extra oxygen. This strengthens the chest muscles and increases the amount of air your lungs can hold. Your heart beats faster to pump the oxygen-rich blood to your muscles. This strengthens the heart muscle. As blood rushes through your blood vessels, it helps to keep them clear of fatty substances that might build up and cause a heart attack. Often during hard exercise such as sprinting, your body cannot take in enough oxygen for aerobic respiration. The muscles then convert to glucose to energy without using oxygen in a process called anaerobic respiration. A substance called lactic acid begins to build up. Your muscles ache and your body is said to have oxygen debt. By breathing deeply after hard exercise, you take in extra oxygen to pay back the oxygen debt. For your body to work properly, conditions inside it, such as temperature and levels of water and other chemicals, need to be kept constant. This is known as homeostasis. It is a scale in your body that makes sure that everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. An important aspect of this is excretion, the removal of waste substances from your body. Chemicals called hormones also help to control the levels of substances inside your body. Excretory organs are any part that removes waste in your body. The main ones are your liver, kidneys, and others. Your lungs, for example, remove carbon dioxide and water when you breathe out, and your skin removes water and unwanted salts in the form of sweat. The urinary system controls the amount of water in your body. It is made up of a kidney, a bladder, and tubes that connect them. Blood flows through the renal arteries into the kidneys, where it is filtered by 1 million tiny units called nephrons. Hormones are made in groups of cells called endocrine glands and are carried around the body by the blood. Your body makes over 20 types of hormones. Each type affects a different part of your body, known as the target organ. The main endocrine glands and some of the hormones they produce are shown in the table. For example, there is the parathyroids, which control the calcium levels in your blood and bones, the adrenal that makes adrenaline that control the blood glucose level, your heart rate, your body salt level, and then your thyroid controls your metabolism, and your pancreas controls your insulin. and controls the use of glucose by the body, and there's many others. Many hormones work in pairs, producing opposite effects. They are known as antagonistic hormones. For example, the amount of glucose in your body is kept at a constant level by the hormones insulin and glucagon. These are made in the pancreas by the cluster of cells called islets of Langerhans. If your pancreas stops making enough insulin, it causes a condition called diabetes. People with diabetes need to control their own intake of sugar. Many also take insulin tablets or injections of insulin.
That's all, folks.